to some hot topics?
I am.
All right, let's do it. All right, what do you guys want to talk about first? So what do you want to do?
Okay, I want to talk about student government. Is that okay?
Yeah.
That's fine. Yes, that's
All right. So my blood's boiling.
Why is that?
I'm not sure if you guys know about this. I think we were talking about it before, but right now with the stuff with Tammy Lou and the executive board, I mean, they held an illegal meeting, to help push through an elections commission. You guys heard about that, right?
Yes,
We were talking about that.
Yes.
I don't understand what the heck is going on with SGA. It seems like every time we turn around the corner, they're doing something crazy.
Yeah.
Like what?
It was a big thing last time. It was like, oh, you have to do everything by the book, and it's just like now that I guess like new people are in power, it's like they feel like they don't have to abide by the rules. But and it's like you're not gonna get caught, but people are actually paying attention to you. Like you can't like just hold like illegal stuff. You have to go straight by the Constitution. I mean, that's why it was written. Like people took the time out to write it. You have a Constitution board, and obviously like you're not following directions. And how can you be like such a public figure and expect other people to follow directions and do what we're supposed to do by the book? But when it comes to you, it's just like, oh, it's like an exception because
this creates precedence. I mean, what does it say for the next level or next executive board that comes in and they look at this past one and say, hey, if President Tammy Lou could violate Georgia Sunshine Laws, which isn't just school policy, but state law, why should I? Why should I not follow the law?
Exactly.
She can get away with it and do whatever she wants. How come I can't?
Right. It's like you're creating, like you're a stepping stone. Like people are going to be looking at you in the near future who want to take the same position. So I feel like you should lead it by example, definitely.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, you used to cover SGA a lot.
Yeah, I still do sometimes.
Still do sometimes.
But I feel like more now it's just kind of like as we have not been there as much or as frequently as we used to be, it's better like going to our meetings, actually recording and stuff. I guess that makes them feel as though, we can just step outside the mountains and actually do stuff the way we want to do it, even though they don't know that we're still paying attention to what they're doing.
So had we kept that light, I mean, maybe we could.
Probably not, because how are you supposed to represent the students but not do things by the rules?
Well, they say they are. They say they are, which is why they feel like they have to do, this shady stuff.
A problem for us to actually be in the meetings and record? I heard it was like a problem for us to even be in the meeting to record anything, and it's just like, but why? Do you have something to hide? That was the whole thing. That's the whole thing to me. Why can't, if you're always saying, oh, SGA come out for the public, okay, I want to record you for the public. Let's say people can't make it to the meetings, I'm here to report the news. And for us to be shut out, I don't feel like that was acceptable. And I feel like behind that, it was stuff to hide. And I feel like now it's all coming to the light, So.
Again, that goes right back to the SGA exec board. We're not even the entire exec board. Really, at the time, it was Vice President Lucani and President Tammy Lou. They both shut us out. I think there was maybe a couple senators that were uneasy about having cameras, which I understand. Just being on camera in general.
Definitely, yeah.
It makes people nervous.
Yeah, it just changes your whole way of acting and all that kind of stuff. But we were able to get in eventually because most of the Senate welcomed us with open arms. Chairperson Sims wanted us in there, but I guess
it could be weird. I guess they feel like now I can't be natural. You have a camera there and it's now I have to be, I guess, staged.
Yeah.
So I can understand that, but I feel like it could have been a different approach.
Well,
you didn't have to
What's the actual difference? What's the difference between having a camera there and actually having actual
That's true.
students
Exactly.
there?
That's so true.
You're
still on the spotlight. You're still on a pedestal.
You have a bigger audience now in comparison to before.
That is true as well.
It is, yeah. It is. I don't know. What does SGA, right now even the Senate, we're talking about representation, the representing student body, the Senate is at an all-time low. There's a mass amount of vacancies, and according to exec board minutes, it was too bad. Why take the time to fill up the positions right now? Because I think Martin was meeting in February.
Yeah.
So that we don't really have enough time to, train new senators and that kind of stuff.
I just think that old senators are kind of fed up, I think, with the new ruling. I don't think they're not used to that. They're I'm not really feeling it. I guess they don't have a way to say it, so you're just oh, I'll just remove myself. But yeah, I don't know. That is crazy that it's a lot of mass vacancies, so I don't know what's going to happen with that.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I don't know.
Are they filling up the spots? Is it you can't even do it now.
They could. But right now you're talking about there's so many other issues that they're facing. They got elections that are coming up, and then, first of all, I'm going to say it just put it out there. I like Faye. He's a good guy.
Yes, I do. I love
He's a
him.
good guy. But right now, technically, the process that they took, he actually shouldn't even be elections commissioner because they shouldn't have been able to nominate him through an illegal meeting.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
That is a problem.
You have to sit there and you have to put it on the board. You have to sit there and allow senators to actually vote on it the next
Right,
week.
the
You can't sit
docket.
there and just say, I'm going to vote on it now.
Yeah.
And just do it without, people actually being there. 'Cause we have
The meeting
right,
was,
sunshine laws
the
to do so.
exec board meeting was held like at 11:50 p.m. Like they called the exec board in the middle of the night to nominate Fetty.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't.
What is that?
What is that?
You're not giving people time. It's just like you're putting people on the spot. Like, hey, do you want to nominate? Yeah, I guess. Why not? Yeah. It's like you're not even giving people time to like really think about it, his actions, what he's done. But overall, I still love him. He's still a great guy. But
Absolutely.
I'm just saying, like the actions preceded to you becoming, I just don't really understand that.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where the fish rots from the head. I think there's going to be a lot of people from the Senate to the Elections Commission where they are going to be affected negatively by the actions taken by,
Definitely.
not the whole entire exec board, but, members of the exec boards. And I will say President Liu has not necessarily done her due diligence.
Yes.
That's why we're sitting here, Fetty being nominated a week before spring break. When elections were supposed to already have been kind of decided, for I think April. So, how do you have election applications going in or the date closing, the deadline coming up without elections commissioner?
Election.
That doesn't.
Yeah, how can you sit there and nominate someone, but you're also saying, well, we don't have time to actually train new senators.
Yeah.
So you can allow someone to that type of position, which is a lot more work, a lot more effort on his behalf than training any new senator. That takes about 5-10 minutes. So it's ridiculous.
Well, honestly, and again, I don't really know if this is the exact reason why Lakhani left the exec board or left the vice presidency, but we know that Tammy did nominate him to Elections Commission initially before even Fetty, which we know is against the Constitution. You can't do that. I don't know. Could it have been a plan all along? Maybe that's why they waited so long, because they felt maybe the Senate would have, we're kind of touched for crop, let's kind of push them in.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Then eventually didn't happen that way, so now you're stuck.
SGA needs to have, in my opinion, a soul-searching meeting.
They need to restructure, rebuild, re-strategize, and come back strong. Yes, you made some mistakes, but that's okay. I guess it's all within trial and error, but you still need to restructure your whole dealing. What are you doing right now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's
a mess.
It's a mess, and they need to deal with it. The only bright side to this is that those who choose not to deal with this issue can easily be voted out in a month. So we'll see how that goes.
We'll see how that
I'll look forward to debates. I don't know what's going to happen next, but. So I guess I know we have several other topics to get to, so I guess before we get to that, let's go and take a quick break. We'll see you guys right after this.
College happens. You're just gonna watch one more episode. Okay, one more. Or another. It's okay. It's not due until 11:59 p.m. Challenge accepted. Chegg Study will help you get your assignments done faster, no matter what's distracting you. Over 90% of students who use Chegg Study finish their homework faster and get better grades.
Welcome back, Grizzlies. Now we're going to get into Trump's first 100 days.
100 days.
100 days. Well, it's been around 50.
Half that.
Half.
It feels like 700 days.
But we're going to get to the point.
Yes. So within these first 100 days, we saw Trump care. We call it Trump care, or is it Ryan care? Or
it's
we'll call it
Ryan
Trump/Ryan's care.
Yeah.
Trump/Ryan care. Okay. It sucks. It sucks.
Elaborate. Tell me why. Tell me why.
It sucks because it sucks.
Tell me why.
We saw the CBO, the Congressional Budget Office report. We saw the report come out that showed 24 million Americans are going to lose, or 24 more million Americans are going to lose their coverage under this new plan. It's too expensive. It's way too expensive, and it disproportionately affects older people. Helps us. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, in the long run, it actually saves.
It actually will reduce the deficit by $337 billion. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It actually cuts and costs less expensive than Obamacare. Over the long run, but we're not taking account of the second and third phase.
Call the press. It's going to save us money. You know what else will save money? Cutting out food stamps, the military, education. Why spend money on anything? We could make the government free if we want to.
Oh, there's no such way we will ever allow that.
Oh, exactly. So
The founding fathers did not want that. So
why start with health care? Why cut back on that just simply because it saves money?
Because just like Bernie Sanders says, everyone has the right to have these things. Everyone has the privilege to have these rights. So a lot of people want the idea of having larger government to be more involved in their health care, even though the government should not be providing health care under any means.
I get that, but can't we do it in a way that doesn't essentially, kill off old people?
It's difficult because we have so many bureaucracies and they care more about the insurance agencies in comparison to anything else. They just want their money. They, like other countries like, Canada, where they sit there and allow you have free health care because they raise the taxes and so forth, which I think is a good idea. Of course, the waiting list.
Wait, raising taxes is a good idea, or the
raising taxes to a certain degree.
Okay.
Towards healthcare, I mean, I feel like that makes more sense.
Yeah, people need health care.
Yeah, you need healthcare.
No, yeah, I'm saying.
But you're going to sit there, but we should also allow it so it creates competition, so it's not an equal flat rate price over all states, because that's going to affect more people in worse ways than others.
But then again, I feel like you can't please everybody, because first everybody hated Obamacare. Now Trump's in office, everybody hates Ryan care / Trump care.
Well, they hate Trump more.
/ price
Well,
care.
right. It's like you hate Trump more, but I guess you're not really going into detail on what it's actually providing, So I'm not going to speak on that because I'm not going to go deep into that. But I'm just saying, like, you can't really please everybody. Like, first it was a thing with Obamacare, and now it's a thing with this. It's like, I like that little point you brought up, though. It's going to save us more money in the long
because it
run.
will actually reduce monthly coverage rates by 10%.
See?
So that's actually beneficial. But more people are just looking at, well, we hate Trump, so anything that he creates is
we're
be
gonna hate it
horrible.
too.
We're actually looking into some of the benefits.
I feel like, though, you have to be able to look at the fact that, yes, it will say the premiums will go down. We know, they said by 2020 the premiums will go down. So it's good for us, younger people, because by the time we get into the insurance market, it would be a much lower rate than it was before. On the other hand, though, the people who are currently in the insurance market are going to be spending astronomically more money on insurance for the next 3 years.
It's always going to hurt somebody. There's always going to be a winning and losing side when it comes to any type of bill, any type of executive order. That's just how it is.
Pro, cons. You just got to weigh them out.
Well, I think we should switch into a more happier subject. Recently, in late February, actually some of the president of HBCUs all across the country actually met with the Secretary of Education, Miss Betsy DeVos, where they were talking about...
Love Betsy.
You love Betsy DeVos.
Love Betsy. Just love
She has no experience. But with
love
no
her more.
experience, she can learn more.
Yeah.
Hopefully, she's like an empty jar. They met with her to speak about the budget in terms of allocating more money towards HBCUs. Within the last, decade, they said that a lot of the money has been having problems when it comes to those things. And they said that in the next 20 years, if this keeps happening, they're going to have to shut down some of these HBCUs, which is something we don't want. President Kimbrough was talking about, he is, of course, the president of Dillard University in New Orleans. He said that 70% of his students there receive some type of financial aid, whether it's financial aid or from a Pell Grant. And during the last 6 years of Obama's presidency, he actually allocated $16 billion towards some of these HBCUs. During Hillary's campaign, she was talking about, I want to allocate $25 billion towards it. But the biggest thing that they were drawn to actually having this meeting, because Donald Trump spoke in especially a lot in his last 50 days. He's like, I want to outdo my predecessors, meaning Obama and Bush, because Bush did not as much in terms of allocating money for these schools. And he said he wants to do
zero is definitely not as much, but yeah.
I think his was about $5 billion, but it wasn't nowhere near the
What
16
was
billion.
needed
Yes,
considering
yes,
the
yeah.
rapid decline of HBCUs.
Yeah, because they're actually really necessary, especially because, some of these students need it. They want to have this stronger understanding, especially in terms of Black culture. They want to learn in an educational environment that fits their needs. And I believe that we should have more money going towards these schools.
Yeah, definitely.
Because we have so many universities. There's only about, five, I think it's like 50 only women universities in the state, nationwide. So,
That's a lot more than I thought. Actually.
Yeah, that actually is a lot more than I thought.
yeah, they actually said they're going to probably go down to about 34 in the next 10 years if they don't start allocating more money towards these schools. So what do y'all think about this? Do you believe that Betsy DeVos can actually help these schools?
Like anything's possible. It's just how are you going to go about it? Like, what are you going to do to help these schools? Like, what's her plan, like, at the moment to help these schools? Like, does she even have a plan? Like, did she tell us? Like,
Well,
No, unless there's a grizzly bear, involved in the process, she's not. When I was listening to her confirmation hearings, I did not catch any gung ho, push.
set in stone type of
action.
word.
Saying, let's help these HBCUs out. And God bless her. I know she's pushing for school choice, and that's phenomenal. And I know, if I'm not mistaken, she actually put out a letter or statement saying how HBCUs are, the pioneers of school choice. Am I mistaken on that one?
oh, she has.
I think, which that gives me some pause there on someone who's trying to help HBCUs and doesn't understand why HBCUs existed in the first place. But I don't know.
There's a lot of that going on because when Trump was speaking, I feel like he was just speaking just to speak, like just to make everything sound so good so people can eat it all up. But he didn't even know what he was talking about. Like when I was reading it over, I was just like, this just sounds so bogus. Like,
How many bosses do not
we're
talk
for the
like
people.
that?
We are for you. We're going to fight for you for these HBCUs. But what are you fighting for? What's your plan? Like how can you sit there in front of us and tell us we're going to fight for you? I stand by you. You African Americans, we're going to stand by you. What?
Well, at least he said that, and he at least invited them to at least come to the White House. It'd be worse if he just said, I'm going to do something for y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all stay out of my
stay
White
right
House.
here.
I don't want y'all
I
here.
didn't want you here right now.
I don't want to talk to y'all. I'm not going to talk to you on the phone or anything like that. I'm just going to talk to y'all. I'll just be on your side. Type of language.
I guess,
in
right.
Orange County, I talk to other of you from there.
That's true.
In the audience, maybe to the camera. I don't know.
I guess I would give him the A for effort, I guess,
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you, I guess.
A for effort.
The A for effort.
I think it's E for effort.
Sorry,
E.
I'm tripping, right? I'm tripping. Okay.
Yeah,
The E, wait, the E for effort, okay? Disregard.
Yeah, Donald, you got E for
You
effort.
got the E. You got the E for effort, man.
I know, the 100 days. I don't know. We'll have to see what keeps
I
going.
must say though, he has really came in and started changing like some. I remember when he was first, getting in. I was like, okay, don't worry, he's not gonna change that much, Like he can't really come in, and he just started flying off the handle. I said, wait. Where is this coming from? Because I've never really seen basically change anything that any president has done. But maybe it's just because I was just blinded to this whole political view. But I've actually am hearing more and seeing more things that he's actually accomplishing. He's not playing. He had a list of. He was like, yeah, I'm about to get in here and change this. That. So I give it up to him for that. Honestly, I must say he is coming in with a strategic plan. I guess he caught all of us off guard because we were not expecting any of that from him. But
Most presidents say stuff but don't do it.
yeah, usually but he's actually coming in and it's like you thought I was playing, but I'm serious. So I give that to you. I could give that to you.
All right. You hear that? You got E for effort. We're
A
giving you
for
credit.
effort. We got you.
E for effort. E.
I know, but I was just.
You're trying to give an A.
No, I was trying. You know what? Only I understand what I was going to say just now, so it's okay.
There we go.
You got to eat for effort, man.
All right. So we have more for you guys. We're going to dive into, I think, some pretty good relationship stuff, right?
Yes.
Guys? So we're going to have all of that for you guys right after this commercial break. We'll be right back.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
To get in the way before it happens.
To get a friend home safe.
And to not blame the victim.
It's on us
To look out for each other.
To not look the other way.
It's on us to stand up.
To step in.
To take responsibility.
It's on us, all of us,
To stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Welcome back, Grizzlies. So now we're going to talk about hall passes, like in relationships, dealing with college, and this is a topic that I'm very into because I just want to I want to hear everybody's opinion, and I want to know what you guys think about what I have to say. So, hall passes in college. What do y'all think about that before I get into my big old spiel? How do you feel like if your girlfriend was like, you know what, I'm talking about long distance wise now, not in the hall pass when you go into the same college, because what you need other than me, I'm in your face.
To me, that.
Okay. No, but I'm talking about, because I have a boyfriend, he attends University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, and of course I attend here, so how did you guys feel? So let's say you had a girlfriend that attended a different school, it was long distance. Would you guys give each other hall passes, or like would you give her hall pass? How would you feel if she gave you one and she was like, you know what, we're together, but I'm going to allow you to live your life. Like I'm going to allow you to do you for a certain period of time. Like how would you feel about that? Would you feel it is a trap? Or would you
Trap.
be like,
I feel
It's a trap. It's a trap. There's no doubt. Yes.
So-
It's a test.
it's a test. Okay, so what if, like I said to him, I was like, okay, I know this may sound like a test, but I'm being dead serious. Like I will give you your freedom to do what you got to do. Whatever you got to do, you can do it. How would you, would you take it? Like, would you take it?
Would
I mean,
If
I
you
would
know
take
she
it,
was
but I would
serious.
still wouldn't do it. It'd be like if I allowed my parents to follow me on Snapchat. I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to class and I'm going to Bible study. Like, let you see memorize or what you want to see. But of course, I'm not going to do it just because it's a trap.
So you're going to do it behind my back without me knowing? Like, so...
Well, then you can't do behind the back because you gave me the hall pass.
Yes. You
No,
can't
okay,
do
so
it.
you didn't take the hall pass. You didn't take it.
Oh.
So then what?
Oh,
Like,
okay, we're
let
saying,
me
okay.
cheat, and then I'm like, you didn't want the hall pass. Like, what is that?
That is true. You can't not take. Philip. Okay.
Like, if I took it, I still wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I feel like I would take the hall pass. I wouldn't. I can tell myself convincingly that I would never ever
it.
use it.
Right.
But it's like having an unlimited or an unexpiring free coupon to
A Wendy's Frosty.
a Wendy's Frosty.
Yeah.
I probably won't ever get it. I'm not a Wendy's Frosty kind of guy. I'm more of a McDonald's kind of guy. Frappe, But you never know
When
what
maybe
happened.
you use it.
Exactly. I don't know. But
I
just having it back
I
there.
just couldn't do it because I feel like if I started dating someone or start messing with somebody and start getting serious and start having feelings, then it's just kind of like now you're in this predicament where it's just kind of like I have this hall pass from my girlfriend, but I'm starting to like this person more because I'm starting to see this person on a day-to-day basis in comparison to only.
Then guess what that means? That just means that
Gives me a problem.
that wasn't the right fish for you. Like you didn't.
Is it a
wasn't meant
two-way
to
hall
be.
pass, by the way?
It could be. I didn't give myself one. Like he didn't give me back one, but I was just like.
Oh, that doesn't work for me.
It could be two-way, but the reason why I didn't is because I feel like he was in different circumstances to me. Like he was a football player. He's gonna have girls in his face all the time. Like that's just what that territory comes with. So
You're the host of Good Morning Grizzlies.
Right. That's true. But
God, I wish I had zoom in on
what am I
that.
trying to say? Like I gave it to him during his freshman year. I should have waited till like his sophomore, junior year to when he can meet more people, when he can like really want to get out there. But I don't know. I feel like that's okay. I feel like college is a time for you guys to explore. So me and him were together for about like a year, 2 years when he went off to college, and I feel like college is your time to explore, to live your life. Like yes, you're committed to somebody, but you're not married. Like how do you know what's really out there for you? Like you probably are so used to that one person that you're not gonna go and explore. And so I'm giving you this time to explore, but if you just happen to come upon somebody that you really like and care for, that just means that you weren't meant for me at this moment, or you just weren't meant for me at all. And who knows, just because you go with this person wouldn't mean that you won't come back to me in the future. Like that's
a very mature way of thinking.
That's a very mature way to think about it. And I feel like a lot of girls are so stuck on like, oh no, you're meant for me, this I don't know, you can't do this, no. But college, you're never gonna get these 4 years back in your life. I don't want him to graduate and be like, yeah, in college I had a girlfriend the whole dang time and I didn't get to do anything. Like, experiment, explore. I'm not trying to say that's what college is about, but that's what college is about. So how do you feel? You have to be mature in some ways. Like you're growing up, you're not a child anymore, you're not married, you're not committed. What are you?
Yeah, you gotta find out what you want.
What do you
Each
want?
relationship that you're
Exactly.
in, you get to learn a little bit more about that person. You
Thank
get to
you.
see what type of relationship style that you like.
Mhm.
There was some that you like, some that you didn't.
Don't.
So when it comes to marriage, you know exactly
Exactly what you're looking for.
Because a lot of people just look on, they just write down, I want to be like this, I want to be like this, you want to be like this. But you also got to take into account their personality.
Yeah, exactly.
So some people can have that stuff, but the personality might not work.
It's not. It's clashing.
I think there are two things that you want us to consider. I think you have to consider the length of the relationship. Like, do you start dating within the first month? Do you introduce a hall pass in the first month of the relationship?
No.
To me, that doesn't make
It
sense.
needs to be a good year.
Yeah.
Okay,
it
yeah, on a
has.
solid foundation. And then second, personally for me, I believe that there is single life experience and then there is relationship experience. I don't personally feel like those two should gel. I don't think.
Wow, I never even thought of it like that.
Yeah, I felt that like, your relationship experience is how you go and do this stuff, and then if you want to do the single life, do the single life. But I don't really know.
Well, what if you know you love that person, and you don't. What am I trying to say? You know you love that person, you don't want to let them go just because you let's say you do know that person is for you, but
You're not
what
ready
if
at that time.
you're not ready at that time? Like you said, you can always come back to the person, but right now you just want to kind of dibble dabble, like in a little bit of strawberry, vanilla, and chocolate, like.
Well, then, are you truly then ready for a relationship if? Because I get what you're saying. So, but if you love someone,
I like this challenge.
are you going to be seeking other things to experiment?
But just because you seek other things doesn't mean you love those other things.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
But I'm not saying you love those other things. But I'm saying, if I truly do love someone,
Do you want to explore?
my first thought isn't to now, even though I love this person, I'm with them, I'm committed to them, my first thought isn't to, now that I'm in this relationship with them, to, I don't know, 2 months later, seek a couple other girls or guys, whichever, I don't know, but, to do something
That's
with.
true.
Because I've, whether you're married or not, that's neither here nor there for me, but you're saying I love this person. I believe love means love.
All
All
around.
around, yeah, it's a commitment.
But a commitment is really for when you're married. Like, so that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you can always be committed in a
But you have to
relationship.
be committed up till that point. Like, how can I be like, if you
That's
want,
true. How can
you
you
gotta like,
switch
if I'm
up?
like, for example, like, I would never date someone who smokes.
Right.
I want someone who, if they do smoke before then, and I said, look, I'm gonna bring these concerns to you, I want you to quit. Now, if you're not committed to liking me and able to even drop something, that type of habit or something like that, then why would I think you can marry me?
Wow, yeah, like how
How
do
can
I
you make
know
that
that
lifelong
you can make
commitment
that
if you can't even
change?
make that commitment just
That
for
is
me?
so true. I never even thought of it like that. But some things come up. Like I never thought of it that deep, but I was just thinking of it in the realm of I'm not there. Some things may happen. Like you're not even planning. Like you may not even be scoping this chick out. Like I've been looking at her for a minute and I want her. You can legit be at a party and boom, something happens that one night, and it's not.
Yeah.
And it's not like man, I was so committed. It's just mistakes happen. Like.
Yeah.
And I guess that's why I was giving him the hall pass. Like, everything happens for a reason and mistakes do happen. So, like, what if something...
But with this hall pass, are you still staying in constant, like,
yes, like,
constantly communicating with one another?
We're still together. Like,
okay, it's not like taking a break
No.
of
Like,
thing.
you're mine, we're together, we talk every day. Like, you're not trying to look for anybody else, but if something happens and it happened and I cannot get
lie to
mad.
me about
And
it.
don't lie to me about it. It's like I'm giving you the opportunity to come clean. Because when somebody will cheat on you, they'll cheat on you, and like a year later they'll be like, I can tell you something. It was a whole year later. Like, why?
Yeah.
Like this is.
Well, so they did. I always be like, it didn't mean anything. But if it didn't mean anything, then why you have to wait on
Exactly. Okay, so for those of you who are kind of lost of where I'm going with my hall pass situation, I'm kind of going to the point where I gave him a hall pass for any future hiccups that may come on the road. So it's like I forgive you. You already know I forgive you. I won't be mad at you for doing what you have done, but it's not going to be a hall pass that's going to last like our whole college career or nothing like that. It's just for this certain amount of time. If any hiccups will come along the road, I won't be mad at you. So you already know it's like you already forgive before you even tell me what you did. So basically, that's what I was saying. But you did bring up a good point, so we're going to get back into that.
Yes. Good. I mean, that basically goes to what I was saying before, where, or was going to say, in regards to, forgiveness coming out of love. If you do love someone, then that forgiveness should come, regardless. If that's something that when you get in this relationship, that's something that we're going to be working on. We will power through, and that, of course, if you choose not to power through, then that's you. But that's I guess to me, I've come to a place of what real love is and what like Hollywood love is.
Yeah.
And I think that's oftentimes where the dice gets mixed up.
Okay. So just to be clear and concise on this decision, neither of you would take a hall pass or even consider the idea of an hall pass for neither you nor your significant.
I don't like the idea of sharing anyone with anything.
Okay. Yes.
I understand there are hiccups that are bound to happen. Just for the situation I'm in, I'm older than the person I'm dating, so there's gonna be a time when she's still gonna be in college, and I'm gonna be out of college. I'll probably be in law school or grad school or something like that. So there's gonna be a time when that is going to happen. Will there be hiccups? More than likely.
Yes.
But if I love them enough, I would definitely power through it.
Do it regardless of the hall pass.
Okay, so I think we all got to get to class soon. We got to
Definitely.
But I think we came to a great, consensus on this issue. So,
our hall pass.
Situation.
So they're not for it. I'm still for it, but we're gonna end it on that.
Do you, boo boo?
And let us, let us know what you think. Like, let us know who you agree with, why, and why not.
Yeah.
So I look forward to hearing that. But
I'm excited. I think that'll be good.
That's
let's
a good
ask
idea.
you guys. Let us know what your thoughts are.
Yeah,
All right.
what are your thoughts?
But for now, until then, let's go ahead and close out. Thank you guys for first of all tuning in to the first episode of Good Morning Grizzlies, and we will see you guys next Tuesday morning.
Have a good one. Be productive.